Hey everybody, Strider's back with another second part of the daily high ELO casting. Today is, this second part is actually going to be on the NA server. I really wanted to get this because it looked like there's a lot of really talented people in this game, so I felt it was definitely needed. So here we do have, like I said, quite a few talented people, but starting off on the blue team, we have Vladimir, who is probably going mid, I'm assuming. Vladimir doesn't really go mid all that much anymore. I mean, he does, but just not all that much. And Blitzcrank is actually lagging behind quite a bit, and he's one of the main core ingredients of this early aggression that the blue team will have. Uh-oh, Morgana is going into this bush. She may get flash pulverized. No, she's going to start with the spell shield. The grab comes out. Oh, but the flash pulverize does not quite connect. Her spell shield was down, but she was able to flash out before the pulverize went down. Very, very unfortunate, but it was so close. It was a great try. They did have that acceleration gate from Jayce to do a ton of damage, and they are going to use that again to do a little bit more. Is he going to get some slow? Yes, a great slow, but the grab lands on a rumble instead, and the pulverize now coming out, and that is definitely going to be first blood going on to Olaf, and wow, Vlad gets the Skarner at the end, and chat went absolutely crazy with the G's. Her mom's OP, and this is why NintenDDosX, I guess, or NintenDDosX, doesn't really have the most respect in the community. He definitely does a lot of trash talking. It's a little bit on the 12-year-old prepubescent side, but it is still funny from time to time. And that was a wonderful pulverize, hitting absolutely nothing. It looks like he was just kind of taunting. He was taunting for that pulverize. But I don't want to get you wrong. I mean, NintenDD is just he's a really good player. He is young, so you can't really expect too much. But you know, it happens. He is going to go for this really early red buff. He got that so fast. He did use Smite, which is not necessarily 100% characteristic for somebody that has a leash of that caliber, but he is just going to kind of wander through mid, and I wonder if he actually got spotted out. It does look like he would have got spotted out by that. Yeah, it would have been close. He would have got spotted out. He didn't get pinged out, though, so it's very possible that he didn't, but now he's going to go towards the top lane, and Skarner actually already got his red as well, so Olaf is probably going to be signified that they are, or he is going to go towards blue buff. So this is going to set him right towards mid, going right after this Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is pretty weak early on. His shield doesn't really regenerate that much. It does, of course, when you hit champions. If he could have got 2 champions with the shield hit, either with the Siphon of Destruction, or the Creeping Death. I mean, yeah, it's iffy, but he was able to. Now he's really pushed back. He is going to take quite a bit of damage. Vlad does have the sustain to really help against this Mordekaiser, and yes, he is just going to continue to harass him as much as possible, which is exactly what he needs to do. He's getting in those hits right before his shield is regenerated, or right before he gets the shield from his spells. So that's really good job by Vlad being able to pick that up, and it looks like bottom lane, the Draven and Morgana are actually going really aggressive, which is kind of surprising against a Blitzstar Alistar. Yeah, a Blitzstar combo is just, it's so aggressive. But they do definitely excel at the tower, and I can't believe that actually missed. That's pretty surprising. It looked like that Dark Binding was really going to land, and a lot of auto attacks going down on this Blitzcrank. I don't know if Blitzcrank's going to be able to do anything. And yes, Olaf is coming in from there, and he does get exhausted. He's going to take a lot of damage, and then, he is definitely going to go down from the combination of 2. Now Draven's getting a ton of damage going down on him. He is definitely going to go down, and Alistar is able to pick up that kill, but he's going to go down to the Skarner. Great job by the red team. Being able to kind of turn that around. That was a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of the red team, despite the early level 1 early 2 kills coming out from the blue team. It looks like red team is kind of able to step it up. The Blitzstar combo bottom lane is just so it's aggressive, but if you can dodge those grabs, or if they don't have flash, to do like a flash pulverize, and then grab, and then pop up, and then headbutt, I mean, it's a lot of CCing and keep you locked down, preventing you from doing any damage pretty much indefinitely until you die. But Morgana is going to have that spell shield, so it's really going to help. It's just a matter of the reflexes of the Morgana if she can get the spell shield before like a flash pulverize or a grab or something like that comes out. And now a lot of damage going out, and again you do see that spell shield coming down, and there is going to be a lot of auto attacks coming out from Draven. Those spinning axes are just doing so much work on their bottom lane right now. And now Vlad is going in really hard against this Mordekaiser, and he is going to go down, but Vlad is ignited, and he's definitely going to get chased down by the Skarner with the red buff as well as the blue buff. Going to slow him down just enough to pick up that kill. And now Skarner tried to get a little bit of harass onto the Olaf, but it wasn't going to be enough. But Olaf goes in for a little bit of damage, just doesn't do anything. His shield is just too good. And Skarner taking a little bit of damage, not really all too much. Once he has that shield, he can pretty much absorb a tower shot, and then he just kind of goes down to smite Big Wraith, which is definitely also going to hurt Olaf's jungle just a little bit. It's not going to be catastrophic, but if he continues to be able to pull off tricks like that, it will become very bad times. Definitely bad times. So Skarner's just doing a wonderful job in this jungle right now. He does have a really early fairy charm, so I don't know if he's probably going to go for that Philosopher's Stone starting off. That's going to give him the mana regen and health regen that he really needs to continue in the jungle. Skarner is a very mana heavy jungler. Oh, and now Draven looks like he's going to get cut out by the Olaf and Blitzcrank combo, and yes, the axe does finish it off. Great job by the blue team picking that little bit of kill off. Red team did have a ward in here, so I'm not entirely sure how he was completely caught out of position there, but now, the ultimate from, oh my gosh, the ultimate from Mordekaiser does come off, and I think they finally put in the fact that Mordekaiser is bigger, because he just looks a little bit bigger to me than he used to. And now Skarner's coming in from around the back. He is level 6. If he can flash ult, oh my gosh, flashes at the same time, simultaneous flashes. Great job by Vlad. Oh, and now the Impale, he gets a little bit too cocky, and now he's definitely going to go down. He does use that pool, and oh my gosh, he's able to survive with just a sliver of health. And now Olaf's coming in. He's going to... No, he doesn't quite have enough mana to get... Oh, that's very... That Reckless Swing would have probably picked it up, or if he would have had enough mana for another axe throw. That Undertow is just going to be so useful. And it looks like, yes, Skarner will be able to get out of harm's way just in time. Jayce is actually having a lot of troubles against this Rumble, which is kind of surprising, because I thought Jayce was a pretty good Rumble counter, if I'm not mistaken. I know his Hammer Smash is just amazing. Can just smash him down. Yes, that combination of harass with the acceleration gate and the shock blast is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But Mordekaiser is now going in, farming the wolves. The great thing about Mordekaiser is he can survive with low health pretty easily. So if he continues to just farm the wolves and the wraiths the entire game, he's going to get really powerful. Oh, and the spell shield barely coming off just in time. Going to be able to do that, and she goes to the bush. She might try to go for a little bit. Yeah, she does go for a little bit of extra damage there. But there's absolutely no points in Tormented Soil, which is a little interesting. It will reduce their magic resist, but then again, Draven, I don't believe, really does much magic damage whatsoever. Yes, he does no magic damage. So that's probably a really great job by Morgana to not get anything in Tormented. So it does do some extra damage on her end, but getting more damage on the initial snare, and of course I think it's a longer duration, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But it's definitely going to help. Just the flat damage is good enough. Especially when she's playing support. She's not going to have that much AP. Oh, and now looks like Olaf is doing quite a bit of damage. And Vlad, they're going in for this kill. They really want to take it out. And yes, Olaf is able to pick up the kill. Vlad is going to be able to survive with the combination of his spells. But in the meantime, Skarner up top. Let's go and see what happened. Skarner's coming in really hard. And yes, the Equalizer comes out, so it's going to nullify the acceleration gate. He gets impaled, and now he's just going to go down from the combination of Skarner and Rumble without any problem. Skarner actually picking up that kill. not the most ideal. Same with Olaf picking up that kill, not the most ideal. In bottom lane, it does look like, Alistar and Blitzcrank are going to have some issues. They do, the ultimate is just barely not going to kill that Blitzcrank. So close. Great job by Draven. That whirling death is just so good sometimes. And Olaf comes in, but it's just a little bit too late. So now we're going to see if we can get to live real quick and get back to where the action is. Looks like Skarner is going to pick up the blue buff for himself. Definitely useful. He does need it at all times for the most part. And another kill in mid onto Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's basically feeding at this point. Now, it's definitely not intentional, but he's getting destroyed. He just doesn't have any getaways besides his flash. And when you have someone like Olaf that can just constantly slow, and then the pool from Vlad, which also slows, it's really hard to get away from a combo like that. So Vlad's going to continue to do as much damage as he can, and it looks like Olaf, they are going for this tower really, really hard, which is mildly surprising. Yeah, okay. So they did end up backing off eventually. I didn't know if they were going to end up tower diving or not. Jayce is just getting absolutely wrecked. He gets that acceleration get with the Shock Blast, and Rumble is going to take a couple tower shots, but it's not going to be significant enough. It's definitely going to force Jayce to back off. Now Jayce has 67 CS versus Rumble 86, so he's only 10 behind despite the fact that he's had to go back a couple times already. And now Alistar gets caught out, and the spell shield now going out from, is he gonna go down? Yes, the axe does land, but he gets a great heal from his ultimate, and yes, that last reckless swing is gonna pick him up. Great job. Again by the Olaf, and now we have two members of the red team converging. It looks like an equalizer maybe coming out. Yes, an equalizer does come out, and it is definitely going to take down the Olaf and probably take down, yes, Vlad also goes down. So great equalizer and impale combo that kind of split up the D and just got it perfectly. Absolutely beautiful play by the red team, just converging onto that mid lane. They almost took the tower, but just not quite there yet, and now red team is putting a lot of pressure on this dragon. And this is actually going to force blue team to lose their lead. They're just not getting enough CS at bottom lane to really make up for the fact that they just don't have an AD carry, and I think that's going to be detrimental, to say the least.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be good. So dragon does go down for the red team. They're up by about 1,000 gold now, even though they were behind by about 200 or 300. They're still behind a couple kills. They didn't get first blood, but again, their CS is just doing wonders for them right now. Rumble's still packing quite a punch right here. He's doing as much as he can. Rumble has 2k in the bank, and the spell shield comes off a little bit too late. But now the ultimate from, oh my gosh, Morgana gets both of them in the full stun. She does get a little bit of extra damage from that snare. Gonna back him off a little bit, but they're gonna back off. It was kind of a disengaged tactic, it looks like they were trying to do. And Olaf is coming around the back. He does start his ghost, misses the axe, but he does get that reckless swing, and that's just going to be too much. Alistar's going to go down from that Skarner, and is Skarner going to be able to get the kill? Yes, the impale comes off, but the reckless swing goes off first, and Skarner picks up that double kill. Great job, but in the meantime, Vlad is able to pick up the kill onto the Mordekaiser in mid once again. Mordekaiser not doing too hot, and Vlad is just able to sustain every little bit of everything that he does. It's going to be really hard to get a ghost of that Vladimir just because he has so much lifesteal, or spell vamp, sorry. He has so much spell vamp from his abilities. It's going to be extremely difficult. Plus, he also has that Hextech Revolver. It looks like he is possibly rushing a Will of the Ancients. I don't know. A Blasting Wand just goes into so many good options for Vladimir. It's almost impossible to just really tell off the bat. So let us see. Skarner already has an Aegis of the Legion. He's 6-1-0, doing a phenomenal job for the red team. Just picking up every kill that he can. But already having that early Aegis, it's going to be super powerful. That spell shield for Morgana is really going to help in those team fights. It's only going to help one person though, so I'm assuming she will be putting that onto the Draven. They really need to protect that Draven as much as possible. But with her leveling that up to level 3 already, giving her 225 magic damage absorption, it's going to be really hard to burst through that with the Blitzcrank Alistar, since their base damage really isn't all that high. If you take a look at the gravity, it only does 190, and then the Power Fist doesn't do all that much either. And a great hammer smash coming out from the Jayce, but it looks like Rumble is going to chase him down, and the tower finally goes down in mid in favor of the blue team. That mid first tower, that's where it all starts. So we're going to see if the blue team can actually capitalize on it. There is no dragon anymore, and Skarner, I don't know if he actually got poked out there. Yes, he did get pinged out from the blue team. He has Oracle, and that could be really dangerous. Skarner's coming back, going right on Olaf. Olaf misses the axe because Skarner just kind of jukes away from it, and Olaf is just going to keep spamming those axes. Every time he picks up, it's going to reduce cooldown by quite a bit. Now the ultimate coming out from Olaf. Olaf's just going to be easily able to pick that off. Absolutely nothing Skarner can do. The spamming of that undertow is just absolutely insane. And now, I don't know if he's going to go down 127, 111, 94, 76, 80. Oh, the equalizer coming out from Rumble, and Jayce's going to go down. Yes, he is going to go down. The flash coming out. I don't know if it was necessary, but wonderful job by Rumble. Really taking control of that top lane. And now Alistar does start his ultimate. And is Morgana going to get that double stun? Yes. And, oh my gosh, that Whirling Death just ripping apart both members. But they were able to pick up the Draven. Are they going to be able to pick up the Morgana? Yes, they do. And they survive. A 2-for-1 in favor of, well, yeah, 2-for-2, I guess, if you count top. But 2-for-1 for bottom lane in favor of the blue team. Wonderful trade, great job. And it looks like they may possibly try to force this tower down. Olaf does not have his ult up quite yet, so it would be very detrimental if he does get impaled, but impales on a much longer cooldown right now. And NintenDDosX is definitely well known for his Olaf. He's probably the #1 Olaf in NA right now. He plays it on a very competitive level, and he's extremely good at it. He's almost one of the forced bans of the champions. In the meantime, Jayce actually picks up that top tower. Technically, it's the minions because he was just kind of farming behind the tower. But Vlad, he might get caught out here by two members. And the grab with the Power Fist coming out of the Rumble. Rumble throws down the equalizer. Is the headbutt pulverizer getting found? No, he is too slow. And I don't know, the exhaust coming out with the Power Fist, and then the headbutt pulverizer picks it up. Yes, pulverizer with an ER. Didn't even know. If he kills, it's a pulverizer. If he doesn't kill, it's just a pulverize. In case you're wondering, Olaf is spotted up as this could be dangerous. The grab does miss. Oh, he is spotted out, and he does go in. If that grab actually went through. Oh no, the impale coming out onto the Vlad. Vlad's going to take a ton of damage. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. He is so low, and he does have that ultimate. Morgana, is she going to be able to land? Oh no, the Whirling Death from Draven picks it up in the stand aside, doing a ton of damage. The spinning axe is just doing so much work, and he does end up taking a few tower shots for the trouble, but it's not going to be, it's just not going to be it. And now Vlad is going to be taking this mid tower. I don't think they have any risk of dying right now. Oh, the headbutt pulverize is going to come out. Jayce is now in the fray, does end up taking down that. Oh no, Draven goes down, and so does Olaf, but Skarner's taking the tower. Morgana goes down, and while she's at it, Jayce is doing a lot of work with the acceleration gate, and now, wow, the hammer from the skies, and then the hammer smash coming down. Is Rumble going to be able to survive this? He might, but oh no, very, very close. He almost goes down. Great job by Alistar being able to stay alive, and again, from the skies coming down is Jayce. No, he's not going to be able to follow up on that. Very unfortunate, but great job by that combination. I didn't think there was any way that they were going to be able to save that tower, but with Jayce's help, I just didn't think Jayce was, he doesn't really have much. I mean, he has a phage in those two Doran's Blades, so he's relatively tanky. He does do quite a bit of slowing. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was a wonderful job, and now the slow coming out from Vlad, and the impale coming out from Skarner, doing a lot of work, and that is going to be a spell shield from Morgana. And I don't think Vlad's going to be able to get out of this. It's pretty safe to say. Oh, the ultimate coming out from, oh man, the Mordekaiser gets a ghost on Vlad once again. Vlad's a little disheartened, I would say, from getting ghosted the whole time. But, you know, he's a vampire, he's used to being undead, so it's perfectly normal, I suppose. He's probably used to it by now. Draven is still doing a wonderful job. Their blue team is coming from around the backside of the tower. they're going to try to let their creeps push. And yeah, they are going to completely force back that red team, even though there's 3 of them. Super dangerous. Olaf and Blitzcrank are going to end up going for this dragon. This could be extremely good for them. It's going to kind of skyrocket them into the lead. Well, maybe not skyrocket, but they're ahead by 1,000 gold right now. If they can get another 1,000, that's going to be great. Yes, so they are 2k gold ahead at this moment. Blitzcrank spotted out by that ward. And they're now pinging down for this Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser was aware because of the wards. So great ward placement coming out from the red team. That ward did just expire, but they're doing a phenomenal job being able to... yeah, Morgana's just doing an absolutely wonderful job with her wards. And now the ultimate coming out from Morgana. And now the Vlad. Vlad's going to do a ton. He does get stunned, but he's in the pool. He gets impaled. The headbutt pulverize is going to knock him down. And it looks like the silence from Blitzcrank coming out. But the Falcon Punch misses. Vladimir does go down. And I don't know if Alistar's going to be able to get out of this either. Alistar's going down really, really quickly. Yes, he ends up going down. And Skarner with Draven is going to come out. I don't know if that Whirling Death is going to do much. Yes, the Whirling Death is going to come out. But it is not going to do nearly as much as they wanted it to. So there's quite a few members. Jayce is coming around from the back. He is going to go through that acceleration gate to kind of help with speed out. But now there's absolutely no way they're going to be able to solve that tower. The Shock Blast coming out, not really going to do anything. It doesn't hit anybody. Oh, now he's coming out. Is Jayce going to be able to get that to the skies? If he can get that. Oh, the stand aside right in the middle. Beautiful reaction time coming out from the Draven. Draven takes quite a bit of harass from that Jayce. Once Jayce uses the hypercharge, it's really, really good. Uh-oh, and this could be bad. Another spell shield comes out. Just did a little bit of damage. Not enough, but just enough to make it dangerous. And yes, again, the acceleration gate with the Shock Blast doing phenomenal work on their team. Bam! Another Shock Blast. Jayce has been kind of a newly found champion. When he came out, everyone kind of just thought he was trash and he didn't really do anything. But people didn't know really how to play him. And Draven's getting quite a bit of auto attacks here. He was able to get 2. Neither of them crit, it didn't look like. But now they're going for this blue buff. Vlad ends up... No, Vlad or Jayce. I don't know which one. I think it was Jayce actually picked that up. So great job at them being able to take that up. And now they're going to pick up the bottom front tower of the red team. Red team is kind of on the back foot right now, but they really do have a chance. Since they do have that AD carry, Draven's really going to help out in these later team fights once he gets a little bit more fed. He does have that Bloodthirster, and that's going to help significantly. And he's just going to keep leveling that up to try to make his team fight a little bit more sustaining, especially... Uh-oh, now the Shirley's Reverie coming out, and Skarner's too scared to go in there. The Shock Blast with the acceleration gate is definitely going to provide a nice disengage for the blue team. Absolutely wonderful. But now, uh-oh. Olaf is caught out by this ward. He's going to throw an axe to kind of stop him out a little bit in case they decided to get a little frisky. Another Shirley is coming out from the red team. Definitely not the best use of Shirelia's twice there. I think Skarner's just a little bit too defensive. But I think heads up, if they all have their ultimates, the red team should be able to win because of Morgana's ultimate. They will probably burst Morgana down as soon as possible, but the great thing about her support is that she's not the main AP carry. She's just support. Right now, all she has is Shirelius and a Heart of Gold, so it's not going to even do that much. Wow, that Equalizer actually missing everybody on the blue team. Not good. And the acceleration gate coming out. And the grab coming out when he was dark binded. And now Rumble's getting initiated on, goes down almost instantly. And a huge team fight again. Morgana doing so much work. She is able to get the stun off on 2 people, taking down the Olaf. And now the Impale going down on the Blitzcrank. And, oh man. So Mordekaiser takes out 2 kills, was able to do quite a bit of damage. And now Draven is still alive. This is the worst part. Draven takes... Oh, he's so close to dying. But Alistar just doesn't have the mana to follow up. He was able to take out the Vlad at the last second and then flash out. Doing a wonderful job. And like I said, that Bloodthirster is doing so much work. And that's exactly what he needed to do. It's fully stacked right now. And yes, Alistar is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. But it's definitely not going to be enough compared to a fully stacked Bloodthirster Draven with spinning axes. Unfortunate for him, but that's just what happens when you go head-to-head versus an AD carry. as Alistar. Overall, that was a beautiful team fight. Almost everybody died. There was only like one survivor, and that was Draven. The League of Draven, as we could say, and that was so Draven. Oh, so Draven. So let's take a look at the creep score that everyone's getting. So top lane, Jayce is starting to catch up to Rumble here. He's only 20 CS behind now. It's still pretty low though. Mid lane we have Vlad with 169 and Mordekaiser with 155. So it's, you know, it's about 15 difference. Just huge, but it's a lot. Wow, Jayce doing a ton of damage onto this Rumble. Now Rumble's kind of on the back foot, kind of running away. He definitely didn't expect that after being so dominant in the laning phase. But then if you take a look at the bottom lane, Alistar's 118 CS versus Draven's 126, which is actually a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. And now Jayce is getting caught out completely by everybody. He gets that acceleration gate, but he's not going to be able to get out. That Impale is going to be able to pick that little bit of damage off with the little damage it does. And now blue team is pinging off for Baron, but no, they are definitely not going to go for it. And the headbutt pulverize coming out from Alistar. Really needs to get out of this. This is going to be very dangerous for the blue team if they continue to stay here. Very dangerous. Ooh, who's going to make the first move? Oh, Vlad does have to pull away from that Dark Binding. And now it's up to Alistar. Is he going to be able to defend? The Impale is down. Oh, man. And the Dark Binding coming out from Morgana. Oh, now Alistar goes head first into the whole team. He pops the ult. It's probably a little bit too late. No, they're going to let him go. And they're going to go, wow, the Equalizer just absolutely destroying that minion wave, but not quite picking it up. And now, yes, Alistar is ghosted from the Mordekaiser, and now they're just going to go for that dragon, the very safe, renewable income of the precious dragon. So he clearly captured another princess, and red team just set her free. So everybody in the red team is going to get kisses, including the ghost of Alistar. So that's a plus for Alistar. At least he has some form of morale coming into the next fight. But the gold is pretty much caught up. Red team is only at a 600 gold deficit right now, which is incredibly strong. And I really like this build on Rumble still. The Haunting Guys and Abyssal Scepter. It's a build that I've been actually using on LeBlanc for a really long time because her base damage is just so high that all you really need is Magic Pen. And so once you get the 3 big Magic Pen items, of course Void Staff's like one of the last ones you get, or is the last one you get, but once you get those with, you know, a Deathfire Grasp and a, oh my gosh, I can't believe blue team's going for Baron. They're going for the Baron really hard, and red team's right here. This could be scary. The headbutt coming out with the pulverize, and wow, there's a lot of damage. Mordekaiser going down. Now Jayce following down as well. Oh, Vlad goes down to the Rumble. Rumble gets that double kill. Is he going to be able to pick up 2 more? 2 more people are really low. Alistar ends up taking out the Draven, and yes, that is going to be a triple kill for the Rumble, doing an insane amount of damage. And now I don't think Alistar is going to be able to get out of this. He throws out an auto attack and a headbutt to try to get away, and he does get dark binded. He is going to ult, but it's a little bit too late. Too little, too late. Pulverize on all 3, but he's just too slowed at this point. And yes, he's definitely going to go down. Wonderful try on Alistar's part. Did some great jukes, did some great plays, but he did end up going down. So that was end up being a 4-for-2 exchange in favor of the red team, and that is not going to be good. That's going to swing the gold to almost even now. It was a good Baron bait. They had the fight start off really well, but then they kind of got separated between just on either side of the jungle. It's like half the team was on the enemy's jungle, and then the other half of the team was retreating into their own jungle. And now that Skarner has that Frozen Heart, actually the only person that really is going to impact is going to be the Olaf. I mean, Olaf, as he gets lower, he's going to get increased attack speed and everything like that. And that's definitely one of the greatest parts of his passive, the increased attack speed with lifesteal. But, you know, a primary source of his damage is Undertow and his devastating blow. So I don't know if that was really the best option since they don't have an AD carry, there's nothing they can really do. I mean, Jayce does some auto attacks, of course, but he has so many spells that he's pretty much spamming his spells throughout the team fight. He doesn't do too much auto attacking. I just don't know if the cost-benefit analysis was, or the cost-benefit was really that great. And there's actually a pause in this game, and it looks like Mordekaiser disconnected. I did not know that this was a custom game. Well, it kind of makes sense when I take a look at the teams, since it's like all TD and then all, what's it, mMe.Ferus? Yes. So let's go ahead and pull up the chat and see what actually comes up. Pixel wait, 3, 2, wait, 3. So it looks like both teams may be having some issues, or somebody took a bathroom break. I'm not exactly sure, but we could always hope for the best. It's good that I'm actually recording this. I did not realize that this was a scrim that was open for spectators. It doesn't really happen too frequently. A lot of teams are very secretive about their gameplay, about their strats, and things of that nature. And I don't know if it's something that Mordekaiser is going to be frequently played by Mandatorycloud. It's very possible, but I don't know, because Mordekaiser he has a lot of lane issues, as of course you've already seen. He does have quite a few lane issues, but now, and the Impale coming off onto Vlad. It's going to take him down almost instantly. Now the Ghost on Vlad. I don't know if that's the best Ghost to have. I would really like to see a Ghost on that Olaf, and that would be a GG, but now the red team is actually going after the Baron. mMe is going to get this Baron. They're probably going to recall after that. Yeah, maybe. They might recall. Oh, great. Headbutt Cobra is getting quite a few of them down. And now, wow, Jayce is coming in, doing as much damage as he can. They're really focusing onto this Rumble, and the Equalizer is absolutely destroying Alistar. They're going to continue on to this Baron as much as possible. Great. Oh, Grab just barely misses. And now, oh man, there's nothing that Olaf can even do. It looks like he's going to go down to the Flame Spitter of Rumble. And yes, red team takes out the Baron. Great job. Yeah, Rumble was just doing a phenomenal job at zoning Olaf out of that fight, because Olaf could have gone in and possibly did a smite steal. It's possible. You know, of course, it's not the most likely, but anything can happen, and especially when you have somebody that can't be disabled, it makes it even more difficult. So, I mean, Olaf did use his Ragnarok, just wasn't able to get in there in time, and now Draven ends up going down from Vladimir. Vladimir gets impaled once again. Does end up going down to Morgana this time. Wonderful plays coming out from the red team. And a grab now going down onto... Oh my gosh. And... Oh, Mordekaiser getting absolutely ripped apart, but his ultimate's getting healed for quite a bit. And Jayce, without that MR, is not going to really resist much of that. Skarner is going to be able to follow up, and Olaf is doing as much as he can. The Reckless Swing not doing that much. And, wow, okay, Jayce ends up going down. Very unfortunate. Oh, and the bait on the Zanya is coming out. Wonderful job by the Mordekaiser. Really good bait. Kind of making the Alistar think that he was going to be able to pick up the kill. Again, that was a 3-for-1 exchange. Almost got another one. The red team's definitely going to back out, so mMe will have to back out. They will end up buying, so they have a ton of gold in their pocket right now. The #1 leader in the game is going to be this Rumble, followed by the Vladimir, it looks like. So, oh, actually, sorry, the Mordekaiser is beating out the Vladimir finally, which is pretty surprising. But the great thing about Mordekaiser is that he can get an assist on pretty much everything, because he has a lot of AoE, he has the pro, whatever, and it's so powerful. He can just do so much work in a team fight. His AoE spells are on a really short cooldown, and of course his Ghost. If he can get a really nice Ghost on an Olaf, I think that is going to be game if they're able to do that. And the first tower in bottom lane going down for the red team finally. They're finally able to pick up that first bottom tower. It's one of the ones that have been sitting there for quite some time, being defended by the pesky Blitzstar combo, and another dragon going down on the red team. Red team got a huge gold swing from that Baron, and the fights preceding that. So they're up by about 7k gold now, and oh man, it's going to be difficult for them to come back. I mean, blue team, there's always a possibility they can have a really good team fight. I just don't know if they have the damage right now. I don't think that Olaf built enough damage to really deal with it. Yeah, he kind of almost went more of a support build. He does, in fact, have a Brutalizer now, which is pretty interesting. And he also has that Wriggles for the lifesteal on top of just the extra Baron and Dragon presence. But of course, Baron is already down. The good thing about that is that Draven did not get Baron buff. That is an important note to make because he's going to be one of the strongest people on the team. And that would be really bad. Oh, the Impale going out onto Jayce with the Ghost. Yes, they get a Jayce Ghost. This is going to be really good. He is in Hammer form, but it's still going to do a ton of damage. And now Morgana throws down the ult, slows down quite a few of them, and Vladimir goes down. Oh, wow, grab coming out perfectly, but it is going to land on the Ghost instead. Very unfortunate. Oh, wow, great Pulverize coming out from the... yeah, that Pulverize coming out from the Alistar. Is he going to be able to get out of the way? He dodged the first Dark Binding, and wow, is he going to be able to follow this up? He does end up headbutting through the wall. Yes, the Great Power Fist now coming down. Is he going to take one last tower shot? No, he's going to get away with 40 health. Oh my god. Very, very close, but great job by that Skarner. Skarner just has so much armor, able to take that tower for days. I guess second guessing that Frozen Heart was a bad idea. But absolutely wonderful job by the red team, being able to come in strong. They're up by 9k now. That was a 3-for-2 trade, so despite the loss of that fight, actually did pretty good. And from the skies coming out from Jayce. Jayce doing quite a bit of damage. He is able to pick up that Rumble, and that's going to help their team fights drastically. An Acceleration Gate with that Shock Blast is going to do quite a bit of damage. Shirley is now coming out. Skarner really needs to get out of there, or he's going to be in some trouble. But wow, Jayce is just able to follow up so much, and a great binding coming out from Morgana's. Oh, the headbutt Pulverize now going on to Morgana. The Impale coming out. Oh my gosh, the whirling death is just going to prove to be too much. Now Vlad's really coming out for vengeance. He is going to try. Yes, he is exhausted, but he's going to do a lot of damage. He does end up getting taken out, and Olaf is able to pick up the kill with the Undertow. He throws down the Youmuu's with the Shirelias and his Ragnarok. Going to be able to blitz his way out of that fight. Absolutely beautiful. Great job. They did pick up 3, so that was a 3-for-3. They're coming back. And then they kiss. I don't know what that's coming from. Anyway. But red team is still going to have a significant lead here. They are still up by about 9k. It's a little bit closer to 8 now. Grab just barely missing. Oh, Mordekaiser is in a lot of trouble. The grab is on cooldown, though. He's not going to be able to do anything for 5 more seconds. Oh, the axe throws. The Undertows are too strong. Great Power Fist and another Undertow smashing onto him. He's going to keep picking. Oh, and a flash. Great flash. That grab was perfectly placed. Perfectly timed. I think Mordekaiser was waiting for it. But he definitely needed to use that flash to get out of it because he was slowed at that point as well. Wow, Mordekaiser is almost completely built now. He has 5 items. The only thing he really has that he doesn't need is going to be that Dorn Shield. Well, I guess Blasting Wand can kind of upgrade into anything. He's probably going to get a Void Staff, I would assume. That would be a great idea for him since he's already doing a lot of damage. That could be incredibly powerful. But wow, Morgana's doing so good. She has 27 assists. But Skarner himself has 21 with 11 kills. Skarner's definitely doing a lot of carrying this game. Although I wouldn't want to be on his back because that stinger would be basically at the back of your face if you're on his back, and that sounds terrifying. So I decided I would never get carried by Skarner. Oh, Skarner's coming in. Is he going to throw out the Impale? The Dark Binding coming out. He's going to have to Ragnarok out of that. And great job by Skarner not throwing down that Impale. And wow, that was a great attempt by Jayce at stealing that blue buff. It was so close. just wasn't quite there. And now red team is going really hard in after this Baron once again. Ragnarok from Olaf is down, so it's going to be much harder for him to steal it if he decides to. Now the Shurelya is being popped out, the Acceleration Gate doing a lot of work. Cobra is actually missing. Ultimate now coming out, and the Impale going on to the Olaf, and they have the Olaf Ghost. This is not going to be good times. That's going to be instant. Jayce end up taking out the Draven. Mordekaiser taking out the Vlad. Oh my gosh, Alistar just barely being able to get out of there. 40 health, 46, and a great job by Alistar being able to get out of there. And Jayce is here, just doing as much damage as he can. Wow, just absolutely smashing the Morgana in the face with that hammer. He throws down the Acceleration Gate once again. The Skarner picking up the Blitz, and now Alistar is kind of all by himself. Headbutts directly to that, but oh my gosh, that Pulverize is not quite in range, and then the Zhonya's came out after that. Very, very unfortunate. I feel kind of bad for that Alistar. It's a really great play, though. He did a wonderful job. And now Skarner's just kind of in the base, taking the inhibitor. That's exactly what they needed to do. It's been 40 minutes, and they haven't quite got an inhibitor yet. Jayce is now coming in, but there's so much armor on the Skarner. 310 armor. I don't know if he's going to be able to really do anything about that. He does have a little bit of help from the Phage procs in his Trinity Force. It's still not going to be enough. And, oh, Skarner doesn't have any mana left. Is the Undertow going to come out? Oh, the Undertow just doesn't quite make it, but now, uh-oh. Wow, again, Undertows keep coming out. Skarner keeps dodging them. Wow, Skarner did a wonderful job being able to dodge 3 consecutive Undertows. And, wow, I'm just in awe. That was, he just barely missed him every single time. You juke to the same direction 3 times in a row, and that's really hard. Like, at the same time, you're like, oh, he has a pattern. But then at the same time, it's like, people at this level don't typically have patterns. They're more of a, you know, I'm going to juke this way. Oh, if I juke this way again, he'll never think I'll juke this way for the 3rd time. And that's just kind of like exactly what happened. So, absolute wonderful play by him. And that's one of the huge reasons that separates, you know, some of the pro players from the just good players. It's just like in rock paper scissors when, you know, oh my gosh, Skarner flashing in, gets the Impale, instantly taking out that Jayce. He's so menacing in those team fights. Now the Morgana with her ult, slowing down the exhausted Jayce, doing so much damage to this Olaf, but Jayce ended up getting a teleporting back with the rest of the team, and the Guardian Angel from Alistar, I don't think it's going to be enough. No, he's going to go down instantly, and that is a triple kill coming out from Mordekaiser, and the 5-for-0 exchange. Wow. And that, I believe, is going to be GG at this point. There are super minions coming down. The Equalizer just assisting in the push of those minions. And looks like, yeah, they're just going to go ahead and take another inhibitor while they wait for the creeps to push, just in the off chance that they don't take it in 30 seconds. So that's actually going to be the surrender mode. Beautiful job. Those spinning axes are just so good. Draven did a phenomenal job. Absolutely phenomenal. Jayce was doing great too. I mean, he just got caught by that Flash Impale twice in a row, and that really just killed his team. As you could see when he was surviving those fights, they were pretty much trading even. So like, oh, if we get the Jayce, we win, and that's basically what happened. Vlad was getting pretty much destroyed really, really quickly. He was able to put down his ult, but he was just getting exhausted, like chain exhausted and chain slowed, and just completely zoned out of the fight. Just overall, that was a great game. Congratulations to mMe.Ferus and GG to Team Dynamic. And again, guys, thanks. If you like my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button in your middle of the screen. If you want to see any previous videos or next videos, you can use those buttons on the screen as well. And that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.